Let me turn on the big screen. 嗨，大家好今天的课是有一点重要，就是import your photo to Lightroom 为什么这重要呢？上一个课是create a catalog， 因为这两个东西，如果你找不到的时候，还是你弄错的时候，你就没可能做一点后期了。但是跟其他的不一样，如果你不懂white balance 你也可以做一点后期，就是一点点不懂。但是如果你的照片找不到，就完全没可能做了。开始的时候讲一点。
没讲什么就
所以上这个课 ，OK， sorry。
All right. Better unmute your microphone. 开始可以讲一讲一点关于什么是 RAW， 什么是 JPEG。相信很多人听过你们现在拍照就是有拍 RAW。RAW 可以简单的来说，就是好像你做菜的时候，你个原材料，如果你这猪肉是一片猪肉，你可以全部没弄过的时候，你可以做了很多不同的菜。但是如果你买了一个已经ground pork 已经碎的猪肉的时候，你就没可能做其他的了。就是 raw 差不多是原来的照片，全部没有什么处理过的。所以你后期的时候，你可以做了比较多一点的东西。但是 JPEG 你的相机已经跟你做了一点的后期，所以你在Lightroom或 Photoshop 之后来做的时候，就有一点东西没有那么多，但是也可以做了一点，所以最好的就是用 RAW。但是 RAW 你需要特别的远近的 special software 来看到，所以如果你没有什么software， 你就看不到。所以很多人说，为什么我拍 RAW 我的电脑看不到？所以你简单的就是一定要用Lightroom 来看到你的照片。So 好，现在我就来开这个 Lightroom。那明白，像我们在我的外置的硬盘，我建了一个 photography folder，最后有个 catalog， 我们做了一个叫做 home one 的 catalog， 最后 export 还有 photo， 现在没有了。只有你开 Lightroom 的时候，它就记得你关的时候你做什么东西。我刚才就是开个这个 Home One。当你开 Lightroom 的时候，如果你看就见到这个画面，最重要就是你看了 make sure。你这是做了一个对的 catalog， 就我们的 catalog 是 home one， 所以你就知道一定要清楚你的 catalog 是你对的 catalog。现在我讲一点讲一讲 ，let me see，我们看到的那个Lightroom 你开的时候，有2-3个地方，我们很多时候是需要用的通常 就是 library and develop。另外的很小用，所以最重要就是 library and develop。develop 就是你这个后期的的 template。开始的时候一般就是这个 library。library 你要留意，每一个这个地方。这个东西是什么作用呢？就是你可以关掉你的这个，你看到这个，那么你可以关掉一个一个 template，你可以关掉，等你的多一点的画面。但是很多时候我就是开得出来的时候，这个是有些时候觉得，为什么我见不到了？就是这个地方，之后就 let me erase。开启的时候 ，library 就是你看这个 import 这个地方，在 library module import 这个地方，就是放着你的照片。只要我 hit import， 你就见到这个画面。这个 column 就是你原来的照片。那如果你放 SD 卡，你就能这个地方就是你做的照片，可以做你看到你的所有的照片。之后上面你可以做什么东西？很多时候我们就是 copy and DNG， 有些人就 copy， 但是我只能 copy and DNG。之后，另外你看到这个箭头嘛，就是你原来的 source 做什么东西之后放在哪里？放在哪里的地方呢？就是我们create 那个 photo 那个人。好了，现在我明白它的 layout， 现在我就放一个那这个 SD 卡。今天我刚拍出那个 CF 卡，当你放进去，你的留意左手边的上面的东西。你看，当我放进去，这个就是我的刚才的 CF 卡。当你 click 那个 source， 它就会显示我刚才拍的照片。这个是很多，我觉得现在在最下面一个地方，你可以 uncheck。你留意这个地方，当你 uncheck 的时候，就全部没有了。你可以每一张来剪，来选，但是很多时候我就不理会，就是全部install。但是因为你可以在这个地方放大小一点，但是因为我现在有2天的不同的照片，就是星期六的，这个是今天的，我可以选 OK。When I hold the Shift key, let me just do a little bit more in here。这个我就不要了，因为尝试了。当我选了所有的照片的时候，只要我 click， 这是照片，就是我要import 的去了。那 copy 很多时候我就 copy 是什么说了，就是将你的 SD 卡的照片 copy 去那个remote drive， 但是为什么 copy and DNG？ 对 ，DNG 就是 Lightroom 的个语言。如果你 copy 的时候，当你看照片的时候就慢一点，但是如果你 copy 之后，然后将可以转这个他们共同的language， 看照片的时候就快很多，就是你import 的时候时间长一点，但是你看照片的时候就比较快一点，所以很多时候我就copy and DNG， 那放在哪里啊？这个是非常非常的重要，你要知道什么的地方。首先这个是需要选的 ，Don't import suspect duplicate 是什么意思啊？如果你放了进去那个硬盘上面，你再import， 它会告诉你，你的硬盘已经有那个照片了，所以你一定要选这个，因为你不想真的同一张照片你就放在你的硬盘这了很多很多次，所以这一个一定要 file handling， 最后这些东西可以不理会，你可以关掉。这个地方 destination 非常非常重要。Date format. Let me try to do this. 开始的时候 make sure you select this. 这个就是不用那 copy。这个 destination 最重要就是这个 format， 因为你选了这个之后 organize by date， 它会自动跟你的年什么月一起，它会自动跟你分出来的。如果你没有的时候，你这就麻烦。但是真的 Lightroom 会自动跟你分出来。那之后就放在什么地方啊 ？Erase。那之后我再放在 ，remember 我的外置的硬盘 ，photography。是不是 catalog export and photo？ 只有我这个 photo， 它就会自动的将只是照片从这里你选了的照片 ，Let me click this one. I select this one also. 选了的照片之后就放在那个 remote drive photography photo 这个地方。你看，它很聪明，已经知道你了。这个几天 February 5th 2张照片，今天呢有20张照片，它自动跟你说了。当你清楚没有错了，只要你 import， 它就自动跟你import 过去了。那它会自动叫我 library， 你的照片就 import 过去了。你看，非常的聪明，你不用自动理会，它会自动跟你这一天有2张照片，这一天3张照片。现在看到Canon 是RAW 是 CR2， 之后它会转到Lightroom language DNG， Nikon 好像是 NFT or something like that，但是你做的DNG 就是 Lightroom 的语言，它看照片的时候就快很多了。 行，那你看照片已经全部convert 过去了，现在在这呢转着了Lightroom 的语言，你看只有你 click 这一天，他说你有2张照片，今天的20张照片，哎，非常好。但是如果在上面，就全部真的所有的照片。那我们回去remember 我的硬盘 photography photo， 它自动2020自动跟你真的 create a folder， 是不是啊？有2张照片 February 5th 2张，10 20张照片，所以全部自动，你不用再自己来 create all this thing。I think Bridge 也可以可以做，但是重建 Photoshop 你的就自己慢慢来create all this。但是如果你的旅游很多天的照片，只有放进去，它会不同的每一天不同的自动跟你放进去。所以就那么简单 ，import make sure 因为刚才我 select 就 eject， 那我现在我放了另外一张另外一张的，就是一个星期二的，我放进去你看现在这样的，在上面 reject after import， 就是它 reject 你的 SD card， 你可以不 if you don't reject it， 它会永远就看见也是一模一样。当你 copy and DNG，Lightroom 有一个好处，就是它记得你上一次你做了什么东西。现在我不想我不用import 那么多，我只能选了maybe 1-2张，一张maybe 2张照片，我就2张。你看，从前我 select， 他会记得了，你不改了，他会记得。刚才我选了在硬盘 photography， 他会记得你关掉的时候，刚才你做了什么，他会记得出来。It's a remember。See， 它自动跟你的了，这是 February 8有2张照片，只有你 import。你看，它就自动，行，自动跟你 create a folder， 你不用理会。那很多时候我在you can right mouse and then rename it。为什么有很多时候我就找一点，因为那个是 ADA dance concert ADA， 是那这个是rename right mouse rename I something like that， and then 一个是 intentional， 有一个好处是，你在这里改，你看，在这里，它全部自动跟你改的了，所以你很多时候你差不多不用理会，全部在 Lightroom 可以处理，但是有些时候你的照片找不到or something screw up， 你就在这里看一看，但是很多情况你差不多是不用理会的。Everything from Lightroom here。好了 ，Well, let me just I have to do it. I have to delete it. Let me start it in English version from Drive. I'm going to delete everything. Command A, delete. I'm going to delete all the thing and then remove. Right? 你看一下，我
对不起，老
delete
师，我能插一
OK
句话吗？插一句话，听得见吗？OK，
啊，
就是你在说英文的时候，可不可以把这个 whole process of import slow down，然后你说 step one、step two、step three，
OK
然后可以 follow 一下，有点快，一下东西传不进去。好，谢谢。
Okay. All right. So I already erased everything. You can see that. Now my photo is empty. Right. Now I started it over again. All right. So and then skip this time. Right. Let me show my picture again. And then so and over recording. Now, first of all, I want to make sure this class is a little bit important because it's last lesson we create a catalog, and this time is the import of photo. If you're working on the wrong catalog, and then you will have it all screwed up. And then if you can't find your photo, import to the wrong location, and also you cannot edit your photo. It's different from the other stuff. If you don't know how to white balance, only one tool, you can still work on the photo. But if you can't find your photo, there's nothing you can do. So it's very important you understand and you know where you put your stuff. Now, talk a little bit about RAW and JPEG. RAW, they call like original. There's nothing. The photo is they're not doing anything. It's just the basic data and everything. It's just like you're doing dishes. If you got a piece of meat, you can do a lot of different kind of dishes, slice, grind pork, all kind of dishes. But if you purchase is a ground pork, they already grind, and then you can make a stick out of that. So that's the difference between raw. So if you're raw, you can do a lot of stuff, but JPEGs you can do only a certain amount because every camera, when you do JPEGs, the camera already added for you. So now let's jump on to the Lightroom. Now, one good thing about Lightroom is it remember where you stopped last time. So remember last time we create, this is from my hard remote drive. I created a photography folder. I have the catalog called Home One, right? And then a folder called Photo, right? So let me just open Lightroom. Now, first of all, make sure you're working on the right catalog because we call it Home One. So make sure you're working on the right catalog. If it's like default or something like that, that's the wrong one. You can go back to that. You can go back to this catalog and double click this icon to open it. Right? That is a quick, easy way. So make sure you're working on the right catalog. That means you're working on the right stuff. So let me talk a little bit about the layout. Right. Most of the time, Lightroom, we're using two of these, the library module and the develop module. Develop module is how you edit your photo. The library is pretty much you organize all the photos. So these are the most two important. The rest, I don't think you need it to know right now. And you can see that there are 4 corners, the little arrow. What's that for? It just try to hide this stuff in case people work on a laptop or whatever, they don't have the screen is not big enough. You can see that when you click on this, and it just lower that, right? If you click on that, and then once you close to it, it will open it again, right? And then when you minimize that, you see that it minimized. So you give you a bigger screen to work on it. If you're just close to it, it just pop up. It just automatic. So that's why sometimes people say that, hey, how come my screen are missing stuff? Actually, make sure you didn't hide this stuff, right? You just hide this thing. So clear out thing. So first thing we're going to do to import some photos. Now you enter the library module. Step 1, under the library module, right? Import. See the import in here, right? You see that this is the import. You open the library module and then import, and then you hit the import. Okay, so when you hit import, it come up this screen, and then oh my god, right? But just you can see that there's an arrow in here, right? What they call is this is your source. When you put an SD card, it will show them here. This is where you have all the photos. You can download it in your download folder or SD card. And this area is what it will show all the photos and what you are doing. Most of the time, I'm using this too, copy and copy as DNG. Sometimes if I miss some photo or whatever, I use the add, but very rare. Move, very rare use. So copy and DNG, but copy as DNG is the most popular one. I will show you what's later. Now, and then the next thing is where you put the stuff. And then you just make sure you have the right location, right? But right now it's not showing anything yet. So it's from the source, from here, and then what you want to do, and then put to where. It's as simple as that. Okay, let me just put an SD card. Now pay attention on here. It will show up. It's automatically. Now, if I have an SD card, now I just put an SD card reader. Pay attention to the top, right? It will pop up. So once it pop up, right? And you see that before, and it pop up, it's in all these screens. So now, sometimes I just do it, eject. That means when you after you import it, it will eject the card. It doesn't matter. And then sometimes I just keep it. Once you enter, click in that one, it will show what you have in the card. Right. So you can uncheck all. That means it's none of the photo you select, or you can check all. But most of the time, if it's like this job, I just enter everything. I don't want to sort it out in here. Even good or bad, I just enter it and then figure it out later, right? But right now, I don't want to spend a lot of time just try to unload it and load it in. So I just pick 1 or 2 photos. Now I just pick 2 photos. Now I just click save. Now I select 2 photos. Now, pay attention on this. Now, make sure do not duplicate, like import it twice. What's that mean is if you already have this photo in import in your hard drive or in your phone in your drive, you enter the SD card again, it will tell you, hey, it's already in the folder. Don't import it. Right? But if you unclick it, it will keep imported. So if you did it 10 times, if the same photo will be, it will be imported 10 times. So now the next thing, this file or whatever, you don't need to do it. And then now this is the most important. Right. Make sure this is the format you want. Year, month, and date. Once you select this, right? Now, here is where you put it. Remember, I have my hard drive. I have my photography and photo. See that? It's already automatically create a folder for you and tell you how many folders there. So let me show it. Now let me just, now you can deselect it. See that? It will just click on it. It will just select all the photo. Now when you do this, you see that you get all kind of format. I always use the year, month, and date. Now you can save it in different drive. Remember, this is my hard drive. So make sure you put it the right location. Don't rush. But now I remember I have it in my portable drive, removable drive. I have my photography folder, and then I put it under photo. So say catalog X1 and photo. Make sure it's once you click in here, and then step 3, and it goes step 3 or 2 or 3, and then you say import. See the import? It will automatically import it there. See that? It is my portable drive. It will create 2022, and this day I have 200. You see that? Remember when I mentioned to you, and what is it, copy and copy as DNG? Copy, that means from the source SD card, it just copied directly to the drive. But copy a DNG, DNG is the Lightroom language. If they are same language, they will talk to each other faster. So that means when you see photo is faster. So usually I would just convert in DNG. It takes a little bit longer time to download or upload to the Lightroom, but it's a little bit faster when you click on the photo. Now when you just click on the photo, you see that it would just like click just right away, and you enlarge, smaller, whatever is quick, because otherwise you just install it. It just take 1 or 2 seconds. So now I have another card. I have another image. Now I just try to import it again. So now, remember I just said step 1, library, import, click import. And then when you enter the card, step 2, now you see the card, you can go step 2, you can click on the card. Once you click on the card, it will show all the photos. I didn't know this one of a couple thousand of photos. So now, step 3, step 4, you can just click. I don't want to so many. I just maybe just click one of these, and just a couple of these. Now, remember, Lightroom is good. You remember what you did last time. Copy a DNG. Remember what you did last time. That was selected. That was selected, and where you put it. It's just remember what you did last time. But sometimes when you disconnect the drive or something like that, they may be missing. So make sure you're at the right spot. Remote drive, photography, and the photo. You see that they already create a folder for it. Step 4, 5, whatever. Import. Look at that. It just create another folder automatically. 2 photo, 1 photo. It should be, I think I entered 2. Yeah, 2 photos. So when you go to that date, to 5th, there are 2 photos. And then this date, 2 photos. And it is a 4 photos. And then now they convert it to DNG. So you can do it like quick. The last thing, you can right mouse it. And then the menu called rename. Usually I give a little bit of name. Just a quick, see what it is. So at least you know what it is, rename. And query. And then name. See, now you go back to that drive, remove drive, photography, photo. You create a 2022. You see that? All this folder. You just change it, called ADA. It just called ADA. There are 2 photos in there. Exactly 2 photos, right? And then, see that? 2 photos. And then Corey, 2. See that? 2. And then here 4. It's automatically put in the location for you. You don't need to create like the old time, create a subfolder, the year, all this thing, drag and drop and all this, so they're quick and simple. But make sure you put the right location. So maybe just one quick thing, and sometimes it's like, now at the bottom, you see that this got a grid loop. You can see all the stuff. Now, if I do the top, right, they will show all the whole year, 8 photos. And at the next one, just single. And this one is the grid loop. You can just like, all right, I want to see it. Once you double click it, just open it. And you can also at the bottom, you can just move the mouse, move it, and then click. You can see how quick they can build it. And also you can enlarge whatever. You can just check out all the stuff quick. That's much quicker than Photoshop to rebuild and editing, and much more convenient than Bridge. So, any questions so far?
这有一个 question， 你刚才说你只用 copy as DNG 或者 copy， 你不是把这些 picture 是从那个 disk 上挪到你的硬盘上吗？你为什么不直接 move 过来呢？那你怎么 delete 掉你 disk 上那些照片呢？还要 an extra step， 那个 logic 我没明白。
Well, 有些人我知道他们会在这个的硬盘上面 create a folder， 然后就那个 SD 卡就 drag and drop 这样的照片 drag and drop 过去，对不对？但是 Lightroom 可以自动跟你create a folder， 跟你自动 organize。你刚才跟我的一个 SD 卡有2天的照片，如果你去旅游，有很多天的照片，你真的不知道那一天拍了。只要你放进去 Lightroom 就自动跟你说了，这些照片是哪一天，自动跟你的 create a folder 自动放进去。放进去的时候，你知道你的照片全部 copy 过去了 ，copy 在 photography， 这就是你所有的照片。那你现在你可以 delete 那个 SD 卡，就是那个camera format 有 SD 卡 delete the folder。所以因为现在你的所有的照片全部在那硬盘上了，
So
When
what
you
question
back
is,
up-
what my
Yeah.
question is, why don't you move it directly? Why you want to do 2 steps? Can you just move from the pictures? Can you just move the pictures from the SD disk to this hard drive directly instead of copying?
Well, no, you said that you move how you move. In the old time, you said like you do this, and then you just let me. You just find the SD card. No, done cancel.
So here on the top there you have copy as DNG, copy,
Yeah.
move, and add. And my
Yeah.
question is, why don't you just move all the pictures directly? Why you copy that? I mean, why you want to do 2 steps instead of just 1 step to move everything to your hard drive?
No, because of the, well, I think you can do that. When you move it, you just delete all the stuff from your SD card, right?
But isn't that what
Because
you
when
want
you
to
move
do?
it,
You want to,
yeah.
why you
Yeah,
want to keep the,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do that. You can move it, but in doing that way, you don't have the ability to convert to DNG. They only have copy as DNG is, they said a copy as DNG is the one, you know, is they have a feature. Yeah, you can use the move feature to move it and then delete everything from the SD card. But for me, sometimes maybe it's a habit. I don't want to delete everything from the card unless you know something, you don't know what thing happened, right? Because sometimes even I work out unless I just send it out to my customer, because otherwise you don't know what will happen. You don't have any more picture unless you really export. You send it to the customer. And that's why most of the time I don't have a habit, just delete everything from my SD card right away in case something happens. Yeah, you can use the move feature to do it, yes. But maybe just a habit. I don't want to delete all the picture like right away from my SD card. And also you cannot convert to DNG. If you don't have that, you have to select all the picture and then library, and then you can convert to photo to DNG. You can use the feature to convert it. When you move it, you can use this feature. You can convert to DNG. And the only thing is when you do DNG, you can see the picture like, see, you can do it like quick. If it's not, sometimes it's just like 1 second, it's like a blurry, and then 1 second, it's just like clear up. That's the only benefit to doing DNG. Yes, you can use the move feature, but I don't do it myself. Yeah.
I have another question. 当第一次你从你的那 SD disk 当中 import 那些 picture 的时候，为什么都是隔一张是一个 picture 当你
Somewhat, can you repeat?
So the first time when you import from the first SD disk, I noticed that from all your pictures is one you import and then the third one and the fifth one. So all the odd pictures, it's not all the pictures together. Are there anything different from the first disk and the second disk?
Yeah, maybe, because you can also select, you know, the whatever. I don't know. So these are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see the name and it just is in order. Now remember,
not this one. There's another disk. First disk you used. All the pictures.
Oh yeah, because they are in order. They're in order, but that one is so many. That one is a couple thousand of photos.
No,
and
that's
then
not
they are two
it.
different dates. They are two different dates.
No, that's not the reason. I noticed that the pictures, some of them are gray, and the gray pictures have exactly the same number as the picture.
Oh yeah.
So
that
that's
one
a question.
I don't. Yeah, I know, but that one I don't know why, and then because maybe my SD card, the CF card or whatever, and then some of them I don't know. I
这
don't
个
know.
grade 的 photo 一般是已经这个 download 的已经 copy 的已经 imported 的，所以它就不能再 imported 的 so automatically will suppress for you to make a mistake, so you cannot make a duplicate import.
Yeah, 但是我知道他 notice something. 这个let me try to read it. It's not reading because so many. 那我不知道为什么，可能是我的 SD card 那一个不是 SD card， 是 CF card。那现在 when you import it 没有了 ，only 1, 2, 3, 4。但是有些时候我那一张 CF card 大为就是 001 and then 001 and then it grayed out， 我又不知道是什么原因，我不知道是不是我的 SD card 有CF card 有问题，还是我的 reader 有问题。但是呢，现在你看，现在没有问题了。001, 002, right? 但是有些时候它有001 and then 001 and 02 and 2 and then they grayed out. You notice that? I noticed that. I have no idea why, but now there's no problem.
我插进，
Yeah.
是不是那个你save 那个 file in JPG and RAW 两个 format？
不是 and then just recently， 因为我从前从来没有这个问题，之后我 upgrade 了Lightroom 之后就有一个这个问题，有些时候真的同一张卡它会出现 duplicate， 但是 the card 里边只有一张，但是 when the display is display two， 但是有些时候就没有，我不知道是什么原因，从前没有的，但是呢，现在你看又没有了。
在网上一 search 都会。
I don't know search. Yeah, I don't know how to ask the question.
The question
I cannot search.
就是你那个import 的那个 photo to the Lightroom 的时候，如果 photo 是graded， 就是想这个照片原来已经 imported。
这个我清楚，但是我不知道为什么它 duplicate my image in my SD card. It duplicate in the display. It's not like importing. It duplicate. Yeah. 但是现在没有了，我不知道是什么原因，我也可能是 some kind of bug, maybe my card reader or something like that. 但是没有什么问题，我也没有理会。
老师，你那个我想问一下，就是你那个 copy as DNG， 刚开始的时候好像没有 light up， 所以你 click 了什么让它 light up 吗？就是 copy as DNG。我开始看见你不是那个没有显示 light up。
那个let me now if let me just I want this one right now. Pay attention now. Copy as DNG. Right. Now it's automatically put back in there. Now we do that. Now copy and import photo.
Oh.
Now you just go back to it. Now because one thing I will rename it. You see that build it, and then it's so fast because it will show after that it's a copy and import. It will just show that convert to DNG and then build a photo. It's just so fast. Maybe it's a couple more picture and then it will show it. I better not.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that is the only thing. They just when you rebuild it, it just like much faster or something like that. So now maybe I just do a little bit more. I just select it and then I import it. Now remember, because I rename it, so now it's just put back in the same folder. Now copy and import photos. Because honestly, I haven't really paid attention on this. And then as long as the final, when the CR2 in here, you see that? See, convert to DNG. Because so many photos, so it will show it. But if one photo is just so quick, right? It will quick, and then they build a folder. Yeah.
Okay.
So
朱老
what's
师，我
next?
主要是我看见你刚才有几个那个照片已经 import 有几个 folder，已经有几个不同的 folder，但是你可以把不同的 folder 照片同时都打开在那个 Lightroom，在那个底下是怎么呢？我忘了，我刚才没有注意到你怎么操作的。
如果你现在你看到前面是现在这个2022，只要你 click 在上面的时候，
你这样子
就真的 show the 17 folder 一年，最后你个 sub folder，
OK，
每一年，你可以每一个的 single 在这个，那你看刚才我的照片同这个照片同是一人，因为我 rename it，they call it ADA， 所以它没有了。如果你的这个有个好处就是，你看是不是啊？这类照片，那看，只要我 select all this photo，I just hold it，drag and drop to ADA，他们就是全部放在一起了，这个就没有了。Via right mouse, I remove it，那你看是不是啊？他的照片全部就能 organize， 所以你全部可以在Lightroom 都 organize，他们放在一起了。就刚才你可以看一看 ，when you do import， 所以这样 ，oh this one， 你看刚才I shouldn't do this one， 因为这个太多照片了。行，那这个是 gray out， 是我刚才这个 import 了，但是如果你没有 select this one， 你可以再重新再 import， 但是你就要 select this one， 因为它会告诉你，只是照片，这已经在你的硬盘上已经有了。OK， 还有什么问题？
老师，那个，我问一个问题啊，刚才您说的是那个，就是说他很 smart， 他可以那个，你比如说你出去 travel 的话，你好多天的东西，他会你一下一起 import 的话，他会给你分 date，right？ 就是按照不同的天给你set up 不同的那个 folder。但是呢，你比如说我去的一个地方，它有时差的话，那它是怎么处理的呀？比如说他会不会给你弄的是半天的，这个半天跑到这儿了，那半天跑到这儿了，结果反倒不是一天的
可以说这个问题不大，因为你的相机那个 camera 你没有改。如果你现在你的相机是美国的时间，你在拍，你回到中国，那个时间你个相机没改了，它就会跟你的相机基本上就是当你拍照的时候，你的相机的时间就是记录在那个照片上面，所以你的就是跟你的相机的时间。
对，但是你比如说，我这么说吧，比如说我今天穿的是红色的衣服，明天穿的是蓝色的衣服，那我有时候我一看，哇，我红色的衣服肯定是今天照的，蓝色的衣服肯定是明天照的，但是呢，你比如说你这个时间不改的话，可是我那个在中国的时候，我那个时间跟这边的那个我换衣服的那个情况，已经跟这边的是差了那个，
但是如果在美国的时间来讲就没有了，很简单，就是红色的衣服是 No.1， 蓝色的是 No.2，那你回到中国的时候，你要不改的时间的时候，你这个但是个时间可能就这样，你现在可能见到这一天可能是晚上，但是可能是中国的时间是4号，但是你今天我全部是 based on United States time， 没有改了，
因为你
自己来
相机刚买以后，第一次用就要 set up，那个上面就有一个 set up 的时间，你是哪一个时间？所以这个时间相机的时间就不会改了，除非你自己又去把它。
我的意思是说，我就是说我不改，我都用的是美国时间，他肯定是用美国的时间，他跟你区分 date，right？
对。
但是呢，你比如说我呢是想按照中国的那个，因为我中国的那一天，我比如第一天穿的红衣服，我想把那红衣服放在一起，而不是说把半天的红衣服和半天的蓝衣服放在一起。那就没有办法，
那你自己把相机的时间改成中国的时间，就调整一下，很简单。
应该我相信不用改 ，based on United States 时间，你就会知道 based on 它就跟着1、2、3、4 in sequence 来了。如果你要改这个时间，那很简单，我用两个相机，就是拍这个舞台。我就是两个相机不同的时候，它会跟我，你看这个是的 capture time， 它会跟我的时间不用理会你是什么相机，同一这个时间，它就跟你的时间来拍那个相机的照片。如果你的时间是错的时候，就全部是错。但是我差不多 use it as a reference， 没有什么。只有你这个 everything the same based on it, it's just like a sequence。反正我知道这个是开始的时候，这个是晚上。It doesn't matter， 中国时间的话，这个是 the first one， this is the last one。
OK， 也许要是真正按天，可能得按照中国的时间排了，对吧？
那但是你个中国的时间你也可以啊。你为中国的时候，你可以改成你的相机的改为中国的时间。
OK， 谢谢老师。
朱老师还有一个问题，你的那个folder 还自动 create folder， 比如说它大的 folder 是2022，但是如果你的那个 drive 里面 hard drive 或者什么 drive 里，你已经 create 这个2022，那么你能不能够这个 import 的那个 folder 的时候，只 import 那个 date， 就是 2022-02-05， 就不那个 create automatic create 2022， 可不可以
？I suggest not to do it。当然你也可以，有些呢你也可以不同的来的 set up the format。但是为什么我要如果明年2023，我有自己在这里 ，I have to create a folder and then create a new folder called 2023.
Right.
And why I need to do it? Because when I do this, it's automatically create for me. The Lightroom自动跟你create everything. So why I have to go to?
我的意思是说，是不是原来没有采取这种让他自己 create 这个那个 folder 的方法，现在已经有几千张或者上万张照片，已经有各种 folder 了。你不想去改它的 folder， 就是我想，当然你也可以就 copy paste 到那边去，也可以 move 也可以。就是我想那个自动的能不能够，就是只 create 一个 folder 是哪个 folder 是那个 based on the date，not based on year。
你说你现在已经有那个 photo 在你个 hard drive。
对，我就不想要这个页了，已經有，比如說2021已經有100個 subfolder 了。
No， 你個人是因為你只有你看let me see whether I can show the example on that, right？ 是如果你現在你知道你的照片在哪裡，如果你現在可能 let's say you have some photo, right? You have some photo somewhere, right? already set up. What you can do, you can just go and just too slow. Right. Let's say I have some photo right there, right? and then that is, you already have the folder with all the year, whatever. You can just go and drag and drop to the whole folder. And then you can just, let's say you are in 2021, you can just drag the whole thing to here. Let's say, now let me call it simple. I call it 2021, right? And then I just drop it to here. Now you can see that you have the 2021. You can just, that means you're in here, right? Remember this. So now, when you go to, this is so complicated, right? So maybe they don't know. Now you remember, and then before I hear photography, remember the 2021? Now, using the add feature, you don't want to copy it because you're already in here. You just use an add, add, and then import. See that 2021 showed up in here. You just add to that. You don't need to copy it.
Okay.
So save you a lot of time. If you already have all this year and everything, you just like organize it, just drag and drop to this folder, and then under import, and then you find the folder, and then use the add feature, ADD. They will just show up in Lightroom.
Great.
Get that?
Mm.
Yeah. But make sure don't delete anything. Right? If you don't delete anything, you can move around. If you screw up, you can still try to relocate it. So any questions? If not, so let's call for the day. And yeah, 如果有什么问题就问，之后就 we start all the fun part, right? And then once you know where you put it, once you know you have the right catalog, you can do some photo editing. All right, just all, you know, get it all this thing, and then whoa, beautiful. Okay.
谢谢老
All
师。
right.
谢谢老师，谢谢。
Okay.